So this is video for exploring transformations. Specifically, this one is exploring compression. Now, the last video was talking about stretch, and compression and stretch are interrelated. So while stretch pulled it away from the x or y axes, compression is going to push it towards the x or y axes. So in this case, the factor that you're going to be multiplying by is going to be a fraction, specifically between 0 and 1. Okay. Now, if it's greater than 1, no matter what, it's going to be a stretch. But if it's between 0 and 1, it will be a compression, and it's going to have the opposite effect of a stretch. Now, the cool thing is the process remains the same. If you want a horizontal compression, you're going to multiply the changes to your x-coordinate. And if you want a vertical compression, you're going to multiply to your y-coordinate. So we're going to go ahead and do each of these by a half. So I'm going to start by labeling some points. Oh, my graph got slightly off. Oh, how funny. This should actually be over here at 2. Okay, so if we were to start this, we have -3, 0, -2, -2, 0, 2, and let's say 3, 2. Okay, so again, we're going to multiply by a half, and we're going to multiply everything to the x values in this case because we're doing a horizontal compression. So all of these are going to get multiplied by a half. So you're going to get -3/2. That's really small. -1, 0, and +3/2. So if we were to graph that to the best of our abilities, I wish this was lifted a little higher. So -3/2 is -1.5. -1, -2, 0, 2, and +3/2, 2. Now you'll notice that the graphs are super similar. It's just been kind of squished together a little bit more in this area, and that's exactly what should happen. It should get squished. All of your slopes, if you will become steeper. Okay. Now for the second one, so it's the same points. And again, in this case, we are multiplying to the y, not the x, because it's vertical. And when we multiply here, we're going to multiply each of these by 1/2. So you're going to get 0, -1, 1, and 1. Because again, you're multiplying each of them by a half. So let me actually write that out. So 0 times 1/2 is 0. -2 times 1/2 is -1. 2 times 1/2 is 1. And then the same thing here. Okay, so then we will have 2, 2, -2, -2. -3, 0 stays. -2 goes to -1. 0 goes to +1. And 3 goes to 1. And in this, you'll notice that it's shortened. So that distance, it makes those slopes, well, less steep. So the slopes are being turned into fractions. So they're shrinking, they're smaller. All right. We will definitely be going over these in class as well. I know at first they're a little bit funky. The key is to understand how they're altering. So stretch, again, you're multiplying to either the x or a y, and it's going to be a number greater than 1, while for a compression, you're multiplying to x and y, and it's going to be a fraction. Okay? So here's the u-try. You're going to also go by a factor of a half for both of these. You want at least 4 points. This one has 5 that you can use. Alright? So make sure you get these u-tries done, and that's it for your homework for the weekend.